Hey everyone, BLiTZ here. Let's get hype. Welcome back to the Let's Play series for Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. So last episode, we journeyed to the keep, we explored it, picked up a lot of quests, and now I think we're going to head to the town where there are a couple of those quests and knock them out there. So first though, I do see we got some points available, so we will want to go ahead and set a bonfire so that we could level up. Tributes. Let's see. Let's keep on our spirituality kick, and then maybe next time we'll raise strength. That way we can get some better magic, mana, all that good stuff. Skill tree. We also want to double down and do the arcane teachings for more spell power. We'll confirm that. Looks like we can talk to King Arthur. Tell me about Excalibur.
It's more than a sword. It's a promise. A blade that stands for unity, for strength, and for hope. It wasn't just mine. It belonged to Avalon. Every swing, every battle was fought for the land and its people. But Excalibur is also a burden. It demands more than just skill. It demands purpose. Without that, then it is just steel.
Tell me what the Horns of the South were like in your time.
Ah, the Horns of the South. The crown jewel of these lands. We had barely laid the foundations of Tainted Grail when Seawall and his men had already built a lighthouse, eager to guide our ships to them. He always had a competitive spirit. Of course, it helped that he took every sailor from the homelands with him, along with a handful of knights, so they could learn from one another. And thus, the Keepers of the South were formed. I decreed that every sworn keeper would stand as an equal to a Knight of the Round Table. I doubt they still honor that law. But I am glad to see the keep has grown. In my time, there was only a lighthouse and barracks.
Just another peaceful moment.
All right, we're going to make our way to the town now. Looks like it's down this way. Who's that guy?
Hey, you're heading to the village, right? Tiernan should let you in. Take this medicine to my father, will you? Goban is a loud man. You shouldn't have trouble finding him.
What's in it for me?
Oh, seriously? You'll have my eternal gratitude, but nothing more for now. Go on. Take it. Come to me afterwards.
Your father lives in the village?
Ah, he used to serve too. In fact, he was the builder before me. Now he's just an old fart angry at the world. But a father is a father, right? We may hate each other, but as long as I can help him, I will. Hence the medicine.
What's wrong with your father?
If Haber doesn't know, then I don't either. So we keep trying.
Why won't Tiernan let you in?
Because he received orders not to let any keeper through without a pass. And I don't have one. I've already used mine. Guess what I used it on? That's right. Bringing medicine to my father. When that Egypt gets an order, he's like a priest who stumbled into an orgy. He's got a stick up his ass. Nothing gets through him.
Are the keepers allowed to have wives and children?
Not all keepers have been here their entire life, you know? He got me before he joined the Hordes. Serves me right for wanting to find him, stupid son of a bitch. If only I knew what it would entail.
Do you regret becoming a keeper?
I don't know. Following my old man here was all I ever wanted. Never saw myself as anything else. Tried picturing myself as a husband, a father once. But, nah. I wouldn't know how to raise a kid. I'd just mess them up. Like father, like son, I guess.
So can anyone become a keeper no matter their age?
Well, no, of course not. We're not priestesses of the All-Mother. A woman can be an old crone and still devote herself to the All-Mother. But a man's got to have some fight left in him to be a keeper. Old enough to hold a sword, young enough to not break under its weight. We all got different roles around the keep, sure. But at the core, we're warriors. Don't forget that.
Why the second lighthouse?
If I had a gold coin for every time someone asked me that, I could fund the damn thing myself. Look, it's Camelot's orders. I get paid to follow them, not to question them. If they want to throw money at us to keep up appearances, that's their problem. I'm not about to stop them. Stay out of trouble.
All right, gave us some medicine to give to his father and a new quest. I got 3 quests in the town we'll go and knock out. Really hoping they send me out to do some battle.
Mother have mercy, not another one. If I let you pass, will you promise not to make any trouble?
I can try, but no promises.
That's just my luck. Take the post, Tiernan, they told me. You'll be looking after a village full of old farts. That's practically early retirement, they said. What a load of crap. There's always something. If it's not the deck falling apart, it's a refugee running around biting people.
You said a refugee is biting people?
Well, to be fair, he only bit one person. But it was a keeper. I know Mahone can be a piece of shit sometimes, but gods. Now both of them are sick. And Haber's got no clue what's wrong. Which is the only reason that refugee isn't dead yet. So, he's sitting in a cage. His wife's crying all day and everyone's pissed. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in the middle of it all.
Maybe this isn't the job for you.
No need to tell me that. But I can't just go back to patrolling the walls. I'd be a laughingstock. I'd rather sit here and hope everything works itself out. I mean, everyone's gotta die someday, right? So whether it's me or them, at least my problems will be over.
Has anything else happened recently?
No, not really. Fortunately.
What happened to the deck?
The deck? Nah, just old wood. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. But I've got no way to fix it. Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, someone else needs me for something. I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bint started complaining that everything here smells of fish. That's a seaside village. What else would it smell of?
I can help you fix the deck.
You do that? That would be a huge relief. Well, maybe not huge. There are bigger problems, but it'd be a start. Truth be told, I don't know why they want it so badly. It's for boats. No one here even uses boats. But, well, you know how it is with old folks. Once they get fixated on something, there's no point in arguing. I'd pay if I could, but this was supposed to be my job. The budget's long gone. But if you're interested, I could teach you a thing or two about home decor. Not exactly standard keeper knowledge, but, well, we all have our secrets.
You're into home decor?
Surprised? Can't blame you. This might sound odd coming from someone stationed in a glorified fish bucket, but I've got a thing for furniture. The only thing more mismatched than the barracks around here is my career choice. But yeah, I like imagining places where things fit. Where chairs don't wobble. Tables don't look like someone hacked them together with a dull axe, and beds. Well, beds don't feel like they're plotting your murder while you sleep.
I wouldn't have guessed you were into furniture.
Not exactly a secret I broadcast. Most folks see me as Tiernan the Grumbler. But hey, we've all got something that keeps us sane, right? Mine just happens to be daydreaming about nicer chairs.
Tell me about that rich bent you mentioned.
Oh, she's a real piece of work, that one. Her name's Lady Elisa. Something. I don't remember. She came here with her husband. Poor man. I never heard him get a word in. You know, sometimes I regret not getting married. But if I had a wife like her, I'd just end up being a keeper all over again.
Ah, he has a shop. Let's check what he has. Of course. Furniture, home decor, that kind of thing. All right. Another quest. Let's keep on. Tea in there for.
What do you want? To gawk at the beast? Well, I'll have to disappoint you. My Cole is not the monster you all believe him to be.
I've no idea what you're talking about.
So you really don't know? If you're not from here, I'm not sure what could have brought you to this hellhole. But you have my sympathies. Just know that Cole isn't like that. Something is poisoning his mind and soul. I don't know what it is, or why it happened to Cole. But now we're all at the mercy of those damned keepers.
Tell me more about what happened.
One evening there was a quarrel between our group, the villagers, and one of the keepers. They'd had a bit too much to drink and let some comments slip. They hurled insults at us, saying there's no place for us here, that we should just get the hell out of here because things are hard for everyone. Hard? Sure. I bet that bunch of wimps wouldn't last a week outside. All they do is sit in that keep of theirs, thinking they're the defenders of justice.
What happened next?
Well, Cole went mad. I've never seen him like that before. He attacked that keeper and bit him. It was serious, but the keeper survived. If it weren't for the other men from the village, things could have ended very differently. Afterwards, they chained Cole up and locked him in a cage. His condition started to worsen. They said a monster like him doesn't deserve a jail cell. Jail cells are for humans. Bastards.
So they weren't joking about the whole people biting people thing. They didn't kill him on the spot after something like that?
Surprising, isn't it? It seems that Quartermaster Fergus banned any kind of vigilante behaviour. And the local healer said he wants to make sure whatever made Cole this way isn't contagious. So as long as that question remains unanswered, we're at a standstill. But honestly, if anything happens to that keeper, I have no doubt Cole will be killed and will be thrown out of the keep.
When did Cole start feeling worse?
This might sound silly, but before we reached the keep, we came near a strange structure. The locals call it the Arch Spire. In the morning, we realized everyone had a strange dream, but it was a little different for each of us. Cole started acting weird after that, and in time, it only got worse.
Did he tell you what his dream was about?
No, only that, well, He didn't make much sense, but he was convinced that something bit him. He kept checking. It must have been some bug. Something changed by the weirdness. That must have caused his fever, his insanity.
Can you describe how the evening went before the night you had the dream?
Well, it was pretty typical. We started a fire and threw some cobwebs into it. Fran brought them back from one of his treks. That boy could always find them somehow. It was our protection from the night and the weirdness. Ellis was on watch that day, but from what he told us, he eventually fell asleep. We were lucky no one slit our throats.
What was your dream about?
I was in a strange place. Dark. Full of fog. Eerie. I was trying to find him. I called out, but no one answered. I was alone in the night, and then I kept falling, and falling, and falling. And then I woke up.
Where was your camp?
We set up camp near the arch spire. We hoped that bandits wouldn't dare to venture into a place like that. Well, now I know why we could have been right. With everything that's been happening lately, I'm ready to believe in every strange thing in this world.
All right. Another quest. Can we talk to this dude? Okay. There's definitely something wrong with him. Let's nab this fast travel point. And looks like it's the tavern here.
Bloody hell, look at this! The old place is in a shambles. Bunch of decrepit old coots. They do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls, and sleep under leaking roofs. Can't even hammer a nail properly. I'm telling you, if I was still working here, this place wouldn't be falling apart. Ah, but I'm not. Oh, shite. I can't even stand to look at it, let alone live here.
And who are you? What you want? You another one of Durar's freeloaders?
Well, yes. Durag sent me.
I bloody knew it. Retirement my arse. It's shit. Never a moment of peace.
At least when I was still working, there was always something to do. Now, so, what you want?
Durag asked me to bring you your medicine.
One day, my boy got it into his stupid head that old Gaban is ill. Bullshit. They're all telling me I should do something about it, or else I'm done for. I'll be dead as a doornail in no time.
Ha! Like hell I will. I'm still here, ain't I? I've served my time. I've lived me life. And now you can all kiss my arse. So there.
Use our perception here. You don't look so good. Maybe you should do something about it.
Peace and quiet. Good one. I'll only have my peace and quiet when I'm finally dead. And that ain't gonna happen soon.
At least when I'm with Finley, I don't need to listen to his nagging. Listen, they wanted Heber, that healer from the keep, to come here. He did. They wanted him to look me over. He did. Then he just threw up his hands, mumbled something to himself, and that was it. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pain in everyone's arse for a living. These herbs. No idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know what's wrong with me, so there's no illness. I'm fit as a fiddle.
Ah, good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around, Finley's the name, doesn't nag me all the time.
Durag wanted to see you, but he didn't have a pass. I think he cares.
Yeah, right. He'd better focus on his job.
Finley is your caregiver?
You sure have a lot of questions. Grab me a drink first, then we'll see.
Give him one alcohol. Bottoms up.
Ah. So, what was your question?
Finley's your caregiver?
Hold on. Finley is not my caregiver. He's my helper at most.
Hey, first of all, I'm not a cripple who needs a decrepit dimwit running round after me. Secondly, do you know the problem with having a helper who's mute? He doesn't bloody talk. I mean, it's not all bad. At least I don't have to listen to even more bullshit. He puffs up like a marshmallow every time he tries to say something. But I don't understand shit.
So you're Darag's father?
You're digging a little deep, aren't you? Bring me a drink, and I'll consider talking.
Wow, this guy's gonna run me out of ale just for these questions.
So, what was your question?
Let's do something else. Tell me about your service in the Horns of the South.
You see, back in the day, being a keeper was a serious business. Now, don't even get me started. You used to come here with a mission, not to run away from your bloody mother. Nowadays, lads get brought here by their own kin when they've had enough of them, or they think the Horns can hide them from the law. No, back in my day there was none of this scum. I came here to serve. My girl cried when I left her, but I've always known this is where I wanted to be. How was I supposed to know she had a bloody bun in the oven? By the time the wean was born, I was already planning the lighthouse's construction.
Darag came here for you?
Heck knows what he came here for. That's not my problem anymore, and I don't stick my nose in anyone else's business.
You went off topic when I asked you about your service in the Horns.
What's with all the questions?
We don't have any more, so
Then you can...
we'll come back to him. But we did complete the quest and brought him the medicine. You're taking care of the old builder? Did you know what's wrong with him? Persuade. Let's see. You must know more since you're so close. Does this have something to do with his son? Did they fight about anything related to work? Something to do with the construction of the lighthouse? Something to do with his disability? Okay, yes. But something to do with the workers? Will Goban ever tell me about it? Is there anyone else who knows what happened? Could the quartermaster tell me anything about the accident? Could Darag tell me more? Yeah, we're gonna have to get that man more alcohol, huh? Does Darag visit him often? Doesn't he have any time to visit his old man? Did they have a fight? Do you know what it was about? We're doing well. Was it a long time ago? Actually, let's persuade him. Finley, you know them both well. You must know what happened. Thanks for everything. Is there anything I can do for you?
Beer from Kunacht, wine from Farshire, moonshine, only local, the best there is. And fish, lots and lots of fish. What's your poison?
Hopefully not fish.
Stale fish? Yeah. Look around. You're in the capital of fresh fish. Unless you're buying from Heaven. I can't vouch for him. Here though, take your pick. All today's catch.
Tell me about this place.
You mean the old pier? Well, first of all, it's not that old. Brennan was already the captain when it was built. Why is it called that? Don't know. Probably because of all those old folks around. A lot has been happening here lately. Plenty of new faces. I definitely can't complain. I'm finally running a proper tavern. People come and go and the regulars drink as usual, as it should be. Daddy will be proud.
Did your father also run a tavern?
Aye, not here, obviously. You won't see your old man here unless your name's Dara. Mine sent me here because he hoped I'd make something out of my life. He never wanted me to pour a beer and look at the same tired mugs day in, day out, but as it turns out, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I got mauled by a werebeast during a hunt, and after that, the captain decided I wasn't any good for active service, so he sent me here. I was bored out of my mind, and since there wasn't one here, I decided to start a tavern. At least I'm not as bored anymore.
Some time ago, one of the keepers left something important, documents here.
No, I don't recall anything like that.
He said he left them after the last drinking bout.
No, listen. I don't know what's going on, but I doubt any of the keepers had anything important on them. Half of them couldn't tell the quartermaster's seal from a pile of horse dung someone stepped on.
He said they should still be at the Steel Lamb Tavern.
But that means... No. Impossible. What if... Holy moonshine. I remember. Sigibald. It was Sigibald who left those documents behind. I've no idea how you found out about it. Sigi. He's dead. Taken by a fever.
I met him. He asked me to get his documents back.
Aye, of course I have. I didn't just throw them in some cabinet. I was afraid they'd fall into the wrong hands. He was a good man. I wouldn't get rid of my only memento of him. Here, after what you said, I assume you'll make good use of them. Even though I'm still not sure what to think about it. Things are getting weirder and weirder in our beloved Avalon.
Tell me more about Sigibald. What was he like?
Well, he died like he lived, with a tankard in his hand. The boys always said Sigi was a friend worth 5 others. And he was. He was a prankster like no other. Once, he slipped a rotten egg into the quartermaster's dinner. Never a dull moment with him, that's for sure.
Thanks, I need to go.
No problem. Listen, if by some miracle you really talked with Sigibald, please, give him my warm regards. I don't understand anything anymore.
Let's see what he has in his shop. How expensive is alcohol? Yeah. It's not, we're a little broke, so don't worry about that right now.
Who are you? Another refugee? This place is already crawling with your lot. It's like a Camelosian privy after a feast. In my day, you only saw old, familiar faces round here. And maybe we didn't all love each other, but a local is a local. It was easier to share with others, even when you didn't have much.
I'm not a refugee.
That's so. Fine. Whatever you say. But yeah, I could see that you don't really look like one of them. Just passing through then. Shame it had to be now. Not so long ago, we'd have sat down and had a drink with the rest of the lads. Now I come here alone.
Why are you sitting here on your own?
I don't know. But you could put something on the table, and then maybe we can talk. Thank you.
We'll order something.
That's better. We used to come here, the 3 of us. Me, Berg, and Fedley. But lately, something's gotten into Berg. and it all kinda fell apart. Hell knows what happened. One day he just stopped talking to us. We went to his house to get him, but he only cursed a blue streak at us. Say, mate, do you feel like talking to an old obla? I feel bad for him, but I've got no more patience. And Finley. Let's just say Finley's no good at this stuff.
I'll speak with Berg.
Now you're talking. Ever since he got so maudlin, Berg usually sits alone by the sea. Let me know what's wrong with him.
Excuse me, could you get me a clean glass? And I mean clean, not just wiped 3 times with a dirty rag.
Do I look like a bar wench to you?
I'm not sure. I don't mean to say that you peasants all look the same, but you have to understand it's quite difficult for people like me to tell anyone apart in this dreariness. Especially since there seems to be so many people like you here. I thought the South was supposed to be more secluded.
People like you?
My name is Alyssa Murray, and I'm here with my husband, a very important cloth merchant. But surely you must have heard about our family. Not to brag, but we are rather prominent. I am famed amongst Camelot's courtiers for throwing the most magnificent feasts.
Your dress is unique.
Thank you. I designed it myself. I wanted to blend in with the people of the South. The savage tribes, the brave lightkeepers. I wanted to make an homage to them with my new style, and I do believe I've succeeded. I can feel everyone here gazing at me with awe.
Yes, definitely. Everybody says your dress is exquisite.
Give it a few weeks and everyone here will be trying to copy me. It happens in Camelot all the time. It's almost insufferable.
What are you doing in the South?
Well, my Duncan is here on business, of course. A very important contract with the Lightkeepers. I decided to accompany him because I have never been to the South, and I've heard so much about its wild, untamed beauty. So far, it's turned out to be terribly dull. And the smell... it's like stale fish and sweat. Hopefully I don't have to suffer it much longer. Pray, tell me, do you know anyone here who would run a small errand for me?
What kind of errand?
Oh, nothing major. You see, I've had my eye on this beautiful abandoned estate overlooking the sea. It's not very far from here, but it's far enough away from all this rabble. If we stay here for a while, I need a place for myself. You understand that, right? No offense, but I can't keep living in a filthy room at an inn. When I asked the innkeeper to draw me a bath, he brought me a bucket. A bucket! Can you imagine?
Oh no, I don't think I can. That sounds like a terrible ordeal.
Finally, someone sympathetic to my plight. My Duncan has been heartless about it. He just keeps going on about how I was the one who wanted to come here. He told me to deal with it. Can you believe that? The nerve of the man.
Wait, does he know about your plans for the estate?
Well, what he doesn't know can't hurt him, can it? He should be glad that I can take care of myself. I'm not like the other high-born women, sitting around waiting to be handed everything on a silver platter. And besides, he knows better than to say no to me.
Can we get to the point?
Fine. The problem is that the manor appears to have some occupants, not legal ones, mind you, who need to be evicted. Forcibly, if there's no other way. You'll do it for me, won't you, dear? Splendid! I can't wait to start decorating. Maybe something nautical, to go with the sound of the waves crashing on the cliffs? Or do you think that's a trifle trite?
The 1%. That sums it up.
You remember Sewell Firstfoot's tomb? Used to be a pocket.
Hello, child. You look competent enough. I can see that you're not of noble blood. Oh, no need to tell me that. I have tutored the children of aristocrats from all over Avalon. Fortunately for you, my opinion of them is not particularly high. Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? Or an adventurer?
What's it to you?
You can talk. Now, I'm sure we'll get along. My name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the Farshire Library, the greatest collection of books in this part of Avalon.
Farshire?
By the All-Mother, don't tell me you don't know what Farshire is. The largest duchy in the middle of the island, with the wise Lady Kincaid in power, who has a hold over the entire territory. Nothing? Oh, really?
Let's say I can't remember.
Farshire is one of the first duchies on Avalon. It is a beautiful land with lush fields, forests rich in game, and most importantly, the Wordstone mines in the west, the primary source of our wealth. Well, at least that's how I remember it. Now it's a mere shadow of its former glory.
Weirdstone? A woman on the throne, that's interesting.
I know, child. I know. Everyone was surprised. Camelot turned up their noses at this for years. But after Lord Kincaid died and Eden, Lady Kincaid's son, disappeared, the nobles of Farshire decided she could stay on the throne. Even if Eden had been alive, she would still be ruling as a regent until he came of age. But between you and me, he wasn't a very bright boy. So she would have been ruling until her death anyway. Oh, we're lucky to have her. Difficult times require determined leaders.
Weirdstone?
Oh, it's a rare and coveted material, necessary to create the sturdiest steel in the world. As you can imagine, dear, it used to be Farshire's greatest treasure, until the primordial fog took our minds.
Difficult times?
Worse than ever. Oh, the wordness is thickening, and the roads are getting dangerous and unpredictable. That's why I'm here, wandering Avalon looking for solutions. If I don't do this, who will,
You want to fight the weirdness? How?
You're probably wondering what a feeble old lady who can't even lift a sword could possibly accomplish. But King Arthur didn't conquer Avalon just because he couldn't swing a blade. No, he had knowledge, and enough wisdom to know how to use it. Lady Kincaid wasn't happy when she found out about this idea, but all Mother's mercy, I am her tutor. She cannot dictate what I do, no matter her standing.
Is there nobody who could help you?
Oh, do you mean a family? Oh, I've never had time for such trifles. No suitor was ever more interesting than a good book, nor did any of them smell better either. And I've raised enough of other people's children to never wish for my own.
I can help you out. Tell me what you need.
Oh, surprising. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain artifact. So, are you interested, child?
Sounds good. What do you want me to do?
In one of my books, I found a reference to a certain object, a figure most likely, which had the ability to dispel the wordness like a minhair can. Apparently, it can be found on the ship called Andraste, which sank over 100 years ago somewhere in this area.
Tell me about this book.
The Last Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Lightkeeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant to Captain Lex. But it's best if you read it yourself. You can read, can't you? But just be very careful. This is a very rare publication. Read it very carefully, and after you're done, come to me, and I'll tell you more. A deal?
Fine. Could you hand me the book, my lady?
Ah, and they say young people don't want to learn anything. Come on, chop, chop, chop. Get to reading.
Let's check out what we got back here. Alright, nothing.
Oi, you're not from around here, are you? Come on. Sit down and tell me something about the world out there.
What do you want to know?
Don't know. If I knew what to ask, I'd have asked it already.
There's not much to tell. It's the same everywhere.
Now that I believe. Everywhere's a mess. Even here. I remember when we were held in the same regard as Camelot. Look at us now. They're taken in wimps. It's nothing like the old days.
Things were better back then?
You bet they were. It's all been falling apart ever since they put Captain Brendan in charge. That one's got two coins where his eyes should be, if you ask me. Doesn't care about anyone or anything. He's just looking out for his own skin. Worst captain I ever served under, no doubt. Not that I serve anymore. I'm retired now.
Anything interesting happening around here?
Filth everywhere. And it reeks of fish. Everyone's terrified of the weirdness. It's hard to believe I've lived long enough to see times like these. Not that long ago, we used to scare kids with stories about the weirdness. But now, grown men wet themselves if we tell the same tales. Honestly, I'm done with it all. I don't even recognize this world anymore. And I don't want to.
And what do you think of Fargus?
Don't even get me started. Fargus always claims he's busy, but for the life of me, I can't figure out what he actually does. Probably just pretends to work. I talk to Riderick from the museum sometimes, but that one's a real know-it-all. We always end up arguing about how things used to be. If you ask me, they're all just as bad as each other. It's never gonna be the same again. My brothers are gone, and I'm left here, all alone.
Tell me about the old traditions and the Horns of the South.
We had a beautiful tradition. Choosing new keepers was done differently back then. You had to lie down and sleep in a special spot, but that's all I'm gonna say. It's a secret, and it looks like it'll die with me.
Do you remember the sunken village?
Of course I do. In my day, it wasn't sunken. It was a beautiful, lively place. Pilgrims would visit the All-Mother's Temple and Excalibur, and end up in the village. It broke my heart when I heard about the flooding. They say the Druids caused it, but who really knows? It doesn't matter now, who did or didn't do what. It's over, that's all. Now go on, leave me, like everyone else has. There's nobody left with any sense to talk to.
That was rude. Let's get out of here. Ooh, night. It's falling here. Let's see. What is our quest we were doing, say? So we spoke with the innkeeper. Now we got to go back to the, I guess, the keeper that gave us that quest. And actually use the, pick this stuff up. Let's actually use the fast travel, I think, right? So let's see. Yep. There we go. What is this? It's, some sort of shield or ward. Yep. So it wasn't here in the daytime, or we didn't notice it, but at nighttime, I guess it's there to protect them from whatever's out there. Hopefully we can find some danger out there. Let's see. I don't see the marker for him. Looks like he's inside of here. Yeah, there it is. There's the marker. So he's sleeping. Hey. Okay, so you cannot wake them up. Can I wake anybody up? Oh, this is him right here. Right? Sigibald? No, it's this guy. Yeah, you can't wake anybody. Can't wake anybody up. All right. I guess we'll pass some time, rest until morning. There he is.
You're back. Hi.
I've got the documents. You were right. There were no problems.
I told you, Ron is a good guy. And here's a little something for you. You know I pay well.
To be honest, Ron was a bit confused.
Yes? What's the matter, my friend?
This guy is stuck behind him. You're dead.
You're really good at this today. Wait. Oh. Oh, you're serious. I understand.
Jeez.
For so many years, I've been afraid to open this letter. But it looks like I needed to read it. Well, here's what it is, right? And I've been wondering why no one wants to talk to me. I thought to myself, are they mad at me or what? But why are you talking to me? How can you see me?
I've been talking to a ghost this whole time. Wow. Okay. We're not gonna tell him too much. I wish I knew.
Anyway, may the All-Mother bless your path. See you next time.
Okay. Let's see. Let's actually do it this way and see what's around us. Something about one where we were supposed to go to a cemetery or something. But let's see what's as dead as dreams. Yeah, this is it. Let's do this. How do we get there? Gotta follow this road here, but we'll just kind of skirt along the outsides. I'm eager to try out my new spell, so this game has been a bit wordy, so let's we can find some things to fight. Cemetery sounds like a good place to do that, right? This is the cemetery person or whoever, the keeper, groundskeeper, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, a new face. I haven't seen you before.
You're Marg?
It depends on who's asking and why. No, I'm kidding. I don't meet many outsiders these days. I'm Marg, a hunter in the service of the Horns of the South.
The quartermaster told me that you have a problem with the undead.
Aye. I don't know what it is about this place, but even the dead hardly ever get any rest. Though I'll admit, it's getting worse lately. They keep emerging from the local cemetery in numbers greater than that small plot of land ever held. So I'm guessing we might have a necromancer on our hands. And here I thought after the charred conclave, we'd have more than 100 years of peace from them.
Do you often have problems with necromancy in these parts?
Only every century or so. But even that's too often if you ask me. Something seems to draw them here. Well, it's probably all that death. The South has always been restless. And after what happened with the sunken village, I guess death has seeped into the very soil of this land. Must be quite alluring for that lot.
Why can't you deal with it yourself?
Because I'm not stupid. or suicidal. I can go up against a few undead, but their masters are a different story. I'm a simple hunter, while they have the power to raise the dead. Arrows are only good against magic if you're far away from the caster, which is impossible in the crypt. But if you decide not to help, I'll have no choice, will I? Or I could just wait for the Necromancer to be destroyed by what they summoned. It happens sometimes, from what I've heard.
I'll find out what's happening.
Good. And try not to die. That undead swarm doesn't need any more recruits.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts exactly. Anything interesting around here?
Everything is interesting around here. But ultimately, it depends on what you're looking for.
Tell me about yourself.
No.
He's a friendly fellow. All right, suit yourself. I'm just trying to make conversation.
I respect your candor. You need to understand that when someone enlists with the Horns of the South, he leaves his former self outside the walls of the keep. His old life, it loses all meaning. If someone comes here and gets political, well, they'll end up disappointed. Well, I don't know if you're aware, but becoming the captain is a curse for any true keeper. It's not the honor others on Avalon seem to think it is.
He thinks he's had a hard past. Buddy, let me tell you about the island of Asylum where I underwent Red Death and... come on, dude. How so?
Because the captain answers to Camelot and its representative, Galahad. So every captain needs to get political, whether he likes it or not. And the current Galahad is a real piece of shit. He burns people under any pretext whatsoever, or none at all. He sows terror. I have no respect for the man.
Is there anything I can do for you?
I'm self-sufficient enough not to have to ask for help. However, I suppose I could help you. I could share some things I found out during my hunts.
All right. He's got a little shop. Let's see. So recipe books on making arrows and some of the supplies and arrows. Okay, cool. We don't need any of that because we really don't utilize any of that. So the monster on the compass up there looks something red. What is it? Here. All right. So we got to go. Let's see. The Necromancer has disturbed the peace of the cemetery. I have to investigate. So now we're going to head up into, I guess, the cemetery there. Oh, wow. Okay, that guy caught me a little off guard, but this new spell is pretty good. Eat some food. Oh, we see some undead. So I think we only need to charge this spell if we're going to throw it at the group. Although maybe it does more damage when you charge it. I'm not sure. Find out. Doesn't look like it did. The first hit always seems to maybe some sort of sneak attack damage. Always hits harder than the subsequent hits. Not that time, though, because I think he saw me. Get some mana back. Oh, he can... Alright, I wonder if this is a one-time use, so we'll save that. I don't think those broken long swords are really, or broken swords there, the two-handers, whatever they have, are really worth much. Oh, that did a lot. Was not aware of us. Alright, we leveled up. Corpse Eater. Take care of him. Alright, I'm glad I've invested in the magic. Oh, here's our chance. Yeah, so it does jump between targets pretty good. Nice. Awesome. Let's get all this loot. Quite a few of these skeletons out here. Thought he was gonna sneak up on me there. See that? Nuh-uh, buddy. Let's go use that heal stone thing and see what comes back or whatever. Alright, definitely depleted it. Maybe it'll recharge itself. But we'll head into the crypt here. There's this dude just hanging out in a crypt. Cool. Let's talk to him.
Who goes there? Are you the one responsible for all that racket? People are trying to rest in peace, damn it.
That was definitely me, but yeah, they attacked me first.
Oh, you'll have to forgive them. They're a little disoriented. Waking up in this way is like coming out of a thick fog you've been wandering through for days on end. Dulls the senses, clouds the mind. Terrible for coordination.
I'll say. Who are you?
My name's Huardok, and I am the keeper of this place. I look after the dead, or at least, I try to. It used to be much easier where they stayed in one place. Now I need to keep making sure they don't stray too far from the cemetery. But I'm not complaining. A little exercise is good for the body.
Wait, you're not dead, are you?
Dead, alive, what's the difference? I am here. I always have been, and I always will be, until the day I'm released from my service.
How long have you lived here?
Truth be told, I'm not quite sure. Has it been a long time since the wave came and swallowed the village? That was when people stopped coming here. It's like the sea washed away the memory of this place as well. I don't remember much of what happened afterwards. I must have fallen asleep for a while.
Do you know anything about what's been happening here?
I know everything that happens here. If you're looking for some juicy gossip, Becca from the third row south still has no idea where her husband is. They were supposed to be buried together, you see, but he never showed up. The scoundrel. Everyone here thinks he got remarried and chose to rest with his second wife. Not me. I think he probably got eaten.
I meant the undead. They've been quite a lot of them. There have been quite a lot of them. Yeah, I didn't expect him to give me some random gossip.
Oh, that would be Master. He's been at his experiments again, I'm afraid. Getting the folks around here all agitated. Putting them back to sleep again is going to be such a chore.
Who's your master?
Master is master. He commands the dead. I don't know much else. I'm here to serve, not to ask questions.
What kind of experiments?
Dunno. Usual. Glowing chalk, candles, and dead bodies. I even saw some new faces recently, but they didn't stay long.
Where's your master now?
You want me to betray his trust that easily? We barely know each other. I wouldn't tell you even if I could.
Why do you serve him?
Because it's my purpose. The sole reason I was brought back. That has never changed, just as I haven't. But I'm happy where I am. The dead need company too, you know. The folks here were forsaken by the living. At least I can make sure they're not lonely.
I need to enter this crypt.
Interested in local history, are you? Good, good. The memory of those who came before us should be preserved.
Yeah, that's why.
I can let you in. There is a small fee of 5 gold coins, for the upkeep of the cemetery, of course. It's constant work, as you can clearly see, and my petitions for additional funds seem to have fallen on deaf ears.
So we could try this. I'm here on official business of the Horns of the South. Just let me in.
Oh, you should have said so from the start. Did you know that some prominent keepers rest in this place? You should pay your respects. Oh, and when you're back, please remind your captain of this place. It's in a dire condition. It requires his immediate attention.
All right. Pays to be a miser. Let's get in here. I'm gonna guess everything beyond him is hostile. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go this way around here. Ambush this guy. Okay, so we see our quest marker, so he's got to be that way. We don't have the inner crypt key. Okay. Didn't expect to deal with 3 of them so quickly there. And these little corpse eaters are a lot more agile and quick. It took him a while to even notice me. Soulstone. Interesting. Charge a soulstone with each kill. Okay. This dude is freshly dead in here. Up there. Interesting. Can I get up there? Maybe not. Guess not. Probably come back that way. As long as we got mana, we're like in business. We're wrecking things. But once the mana runs out, it's you know, hightail it. Kite the enemy. Bonk him on the skull. I'm gonna say headbutt. This has a skull. There we go. See, we're out of mana now. What was that? It was like a corpse exploder enemy. Great. Those are so fun. Burn skinned in hot goo. Take these potions. Feel like we're gonna need them. Oh, jeez! Gotta be kidding me. I had thought that earlier when I entered this place, but you know, it caught me sleeping. And he hits hard. Luckily, he's super slow. Wow. Am I encumbered? Yeah, I sure am. I guess it's that sword I just picked up, which makes sense because it's a freaking statue sword. Let's just drop it. Let's go in here. Cracked stone sword. Wow, it does a lot of damage. Look at that strength requirement, though. We couldn't even have... Even if I put all my points into strength from the get-go, I wouldn't even be able to utilize this now. We'll just drop that. Let's see this way if one of these does the same. Yes, it did. I'm not going to give him the chance to hit us, though. Man, I don't want to deal with two of those guys at a time. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Saw something that looked different here. Oh yeah, we can mine this. Cool. Okay. Wasn't sure. Rusty spear. Got everything this way, right? No. Ooh, a locked chest. Poison splash concoction. So we can, I guess, throw knives and poison and maybe alchemist fire bombs and things like that. Ooh. This the Necromancer? Let's see what we got. Don't mind me while I just grab all your stuff.
Careful there. Try not
not to step on the array. It's advanced magic. Very fragile.
Advanced or not, I need you to stop doing whatever it is you're doing here.
Stop. Well, what I am doing here is very important. Besides, I'm hardly hurting anyone. Well, anyone that matters, that is.
You kill people and raise their corpses.
That is a gross oversimplification. I am conducting valuable research, and yes, I do get rid of vermin and give their sorry existence some actual meaning. Posthumously, but, well, as they say, better late than never, right? Don't tell me you care about the lives of a few bandits.
I don't, but I also don't think you should desecrate their corpses.
I'm not desecrating anything. It's just flesh. There's nothing sacred about it in the first place. It starts decaying the moment you die. I'm merely prolonging its usefulness. And I've made some tremendous breakthroughs. I know people fear this kind of magic, but it creates so many new possibilities. It could change the meaning of life and death.
Give those who died prematurely more time with their loved ones. We could learn to live without the fear of dying. We could treat death not like an end, but like a new beginning.
I killed a few bandits, but I don't enjoy taking their lives.
Don't enjoy it either. It's messy, and it takes up far too much time that could be better devoted to my research. Think about it this way. People who wrought so much misery on others could end up bettering the lives of everyone. I've made some tremendous breakthroughs.
So you're not trying to raise an undead army?
Oh, please. Is that the only thing people can think of when it comes to necromancy? What use would I have with an army? My ambition isn't to command the dead, but death itself. I aim to make Avalon a place where people won't have to fear it anymore. The problem is, I keep missing something. Raising the dead is easy, but I don't want mindless minions. I want truly living undead. Yet no matter what I do, it just won't work.
Let's see here. Looks like we're going to lean into our spirituality. It's 75% chance, I guess. That's because you may know the process, but you don't understand its nature.
And you don't understand what you're talking about. This discussion is pointless.
What you're missing might just be practical experience.
That's absurd. Nobody on Avalon is more experienced than I am. Nobody.
He's the stuck-up necromancer. I'm sorry, but I can't let you continue with this. Attack.
Very well. Do you know what I like most about the dead? They don't tire, and they don't feel pain. But you will.
I think we gotta focus on him. There we go. We got his journal. Some other books. Got a skull staff. Ooh, some spells. All right, necromancer gear. We'll take all that. We'll take all that. It's got to be better than what I'm rocking now, right? Let's see. All right, less armor, but more max mana. I mean, I'm going to lose taking damage, reflex damage, but my whole thing is I don't even want to take damage. All right, we need 5 spirituality before we can even utilize this. We've got 3 now, but it looks like we have leveled up a couple times. So, let's see. Do we need the same thing for this? All right, what we'll do then is we'll put that on when we rest up. Spend some points into spirituality again. What else we got in here? Doesn't look like there's anything else. I'll mine this, though. Yeah, looks like I might have been right about getting out of this place. Yep. Ye old Skyrim loop the entrance back around after you're done killing the boss in there. Oh yeah, we forgot about this guy. Your master is dead.
Yes, I felt that. He must have been surprised. People like him tend to forget that it can happen to them too.
What will happen to you now?
I guess I'll do what I always do. Clean up, put everyone back to sleep, and then take a little nap myself. Someone will come along again sooner or later. We can't have them seeing such a mess, can we?
Wait, what do you mean by what you always do?
Well, this master wasn't the first one. I'm sure he won't be the last. This place is very popular with their kind for some reason, and they always leave it in such a state. It's not like it would hurt them to pick up a few bones and put them back in place.
So I guess this is goodbye.
It seems so. But before you go, I have a small favor to ask. As you
Doesn't
can
everyone?
see, there's quite a commotion around here. I'm afraid I won't be able to fulfill all my duties before I need to rest again. Could you take what remains of the Master and place him in a special crypt I've prepared? If you feel so inclined, a few kind words about him would be welcome. Here's the key. Well, goodbye then. And thank you for stopping by. It was truly appreciated. Though we are dead, we still enjoy having a visitor from time to time. It's nice to be remembered, even if just for a little while.
Okay. What's a key here? What did he give us? Wants me to go properly bury his master? Taking care of the necromancer in the cemetery, I can report to Quartermaster Fargus. Hardock asked me to collect his master's remains. I have to place Hardock's master's remains in a special place he prepared. I mean, we're already right here, so... I just feel like this is a trap, but, you know. Missed something over here? What is this? Oh. Okay. I gotta place him somewhere over here. Yeah, that locked room he gave me the key for. Okay, so cool. Let's see what we got in here. The Waning Ward. BLiTZ Crypt. Take all this stuff. Like we've collected quite a lot. What's this one? Oh, I've heard that name. I've definitely heard that name. Can't take anything from over here. Alright. Let's do this. Alright, so we gotta place his ashes here. Then we gotta inscribe something on his tomb. We gotta go with the third option here. He picked a bone with the wrong person. It was a grave mistake. Alright. Now we can get out of here and level up and equip all this gear we got here. Looks like his servant's taking a nap. What's he got on him? Anything good? Nah, we'll leave him be. We already got a key. We'll check out this book, though. Nice, a recipe. Alright, cool. I wonder, can we just like, set a little bonfire here and rest? Let's see. Wow. Dang, what is going on out here? Looks like the ward is protecting the cemetery, potentially. Not like sure if it's really protecting it, but we're gonna risk it and take a nap. I mean, we've killed everything here. Let's see. Level up. Then these attributes. Put them both in there. That way we can use the gear we just got. And we will also do some more of this. Although I'd love to get more mana. Is anything take me to like extra mana? Besides just the base attribute points. Doesn't necessarily look like it. So we'll keep going with this and fill this out. This is a great spot to end the episode. I'm going to kick back by this campfire, maybe roast some marshmallows. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Stay chill.